before I go into sort of looking at the settings, I realise I haven't quite finished actually the basic setup, which is obviously getting the resolution a bit higher. So by changing this from relative to absolute, we're now looking at world scale rather than the relative to this object, and I'm just going to take it down to 4. I mean, you can leave yours at 5 if your machine's a little bit slower. And now when I hit play, it's just going to be a little bit more high res than it was. There we go. Right, so the other thing is, it's sort of, we're at frame 13, and there just doesn't seem to be much. I've got all these various source properties doing things like to the speed, and you know, if I crank that up, maybe I'll leave that where it is. But it's not really exploding out in that way, and that's because the speed mode is set to rate. When you do the basic setup of a combustion, it defaults to set your temperature to set. So you can see we're already getting temperature quite good coming out of there, and when we rewind it to frame 1, you can see we have got, oops, keep doing that. Let's see when it's in. We see we've got some temperature already coming out. This is not building up that temperature, but the speed thing isn't quite working. So I'm just going to set that to set. And now we should get something like think a bit more sort of poofing outwards a bit more, getting a bit more sort of combusted. And I could, if I wanted to, go to my speed, just maybe give it a bit more. So it's not just 0 in some bits, it's always sort of going outwards in one direction or another. There we go. Right, so just setting up the basic resolution and stuff.